Everyone, today I want to share with you how to make Spanish bread. It's also called señorita bread. This bread is simple, but it's so good. It's hiding butter and sugar filling. And also the sweet and sour syrup on the bottom of the bread makes the bread moist and it's so good. Come on, let's make one now. Get 1 cup of warm milk about 90 degrees in Fahrenheit. Add half of a tablespoon of dry instant yeast. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of flour. Give that a quick mix and cover it with a plastic wrap and let it stand for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you'll see some bubbles forming on the top. That means the yeast is active and we can start baking. Add the yeast mixture to the bowl. Add 2 eggs. Add 1/4 of a cup of melted butter, that's half of a stick. Make sure it's not too hot, room temperature will be great. Add 1/3 of a cup of sugar, half of a teaspoon of salt. Now I'll be adding 3 1/4 of a cup of flour. I like to add half of it first and then I'll mix it with the whisk and then I'll add the rest of the flour. And here I'm adding the rest of the flour. And now I'll be mixing and kneading the dough for about 5 minutes non-stop. Cover the dough with a plastic wrap or a towel and let it proof for 1 hour. The dough should double in size. I'll slightly press on the dough to release the air and also spread the dough to about 10 inch on 10. Now cut the dough to even squares. I'm planning to do about 20 pieces. Now we'll be shaping each of these squares into a ball. Simply collect all the edges toward the center and then roll the dough against non-flour surface. Again, collect all the edges toward the center and then roll, roll, roll until you get a perfect ball. For the filling, I'll be using 1/4 of a cup of melted butter and 1/2 of a cup of maple syrup. You can substitute the maple syrup for 1/2 of a cup of sugar. And make sure the butter is at room temperature, you don't want it to be too hot. Flatten the dough ball with your fingers and then we're gonna roll it with the rolling pin. I'm rolling each of the discs to about 4 or 5 inches. Then I'm brushing some of the filling we created earlier. And now simply roll it over itself. And we're gonna seal it by placing the open end to the bottom of the tray. That will prevent the roll from opening while baking. Cover the tray with a towel and let them rest for 20 minutes. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 22 minutes. My Spanish bread is ready and I'm gonna brush some melted butter on top of them. That will help the crust to stay soft and moist. And also it adds this beautiful shine. And we're gonna create the syrup to dip our Spanish roll. Add 1/2 of a cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. Warm it up, make sure the sugar and salt dissolves. You can do it in microwave or on a stove. And while the breads are still hot, add the syrup. I'm adding only half because that's the perfect sweetness for me. Give it a quick shake, make the syrup spread underneath. Our señorita bread is ready. It's so delicious. Look at all the syrup on the bottom of it. The bread is fluffy and the butter and sugar filling inside. You can see that. And I actually bought some señorita bread from that baker's. Those from the bakery are in the box and the one we baked are on the plate. They are definitely very similar, but homemade. You can control clean ingredients and that's a big plus. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon.